Legendary Steelers quarterback Big Ben Roethlisberger had some very interesting comments to say about the Pittsburgh Steelers organization, the state that they're in today. Big Ben feels that the Steeler way is over. Big Ben played back in a time where guys was held accountable. You had guys that'll come over, you guys messing up, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. The veteran comes over there, puts his hand in your face mask, grab you, and pull you to the side and say, hey, this is how we do it here in Pittsburgh. You're representing the black and gold. That was back when guys was honored to put the black and gold on. You hear it, man, I'm just honored to be a part of this historic franchise and things like that. It was all about the franchise, all about the logo, the brand. And it seems that that's not what it's about these days. With the social media and things like that, man, it's just harder to maintain guys, keep guys together, and then now it's just made it about self. It's not all about the logo. It's not all about the franchise. It's about guys building their individual brands. That's the days and times that we're living in, with the social media and everything. You see it all the time. Guys, if something goes wrong, that's the first place they go, social media. Change their picture. They're not in a Steeler uniform or whatever team they play for. They erase all the pictures, and things like that. Or they like posts, or they put emojis to have you figuring out what mood they're in instead of talking to somebody. So it's harder to maintain, players like that these days, with the social media and all that thing. And, but here's what Big Ben had to say, man, because Big Ben come from a time where putting the black and gold on was a privilege. Putting the black and gold on was an honor, and it was all about representing the franchise, all about, the team. And now it looks like it's just all about the individual.
Seems like something that I said and got, one of the leaders on the team kind of got on me for saying that I felt that certain guys on the team aren't in it for the team, they're in it for themselves. Well, now some of the guys on the team are saying the same thing.
Yeah.
So maybe I wasn't too far off when I said that. But
like a little football
I know
prophet.
that I'm retired. I just don't, I'm not in the locker room. I get it. But it just feels like that. It just feels like that's something that's kind of been lost on this team a little bit. It feels like the Steeler way is just not. Listen, you've got some great leaders on defense. Don't get me wrong. Cam and TJ and Minka, but you've got two sides of a football.
That's what I'm saying. It's just
a team.
Yeah. Who is that guy? Who is that guy? If it's not the quarterback, because obviously that is just it's a variable right now.
Yeah.
Who's that guy?
You don't have it on offense. I mean, you can bring a veteran football player in. Okay, Mason Cole, Isaac. I mean, you can bring guys in that are veterans, but they're not. Just because they're a veteran football player doesn't mean that they're a Steeler. Like they know what it is to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. When I left, I was kind of the last guard there, obviously. Like, Pouncey left the year before, Dave left. Like, those guys left, and it was like, I was the last one. There was such an age gap for me and everybody else on offense that there just wasn't that Steeler tradition passed down. And you have it on defense, don't get me wrong, but you don't have it on offense right now, and it's just making it really hard. You're not seeing, in my opinion, the toughness on offense. And I say toughness in the sense of a Steeler toughness. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with like okay, this guy's soft or anything. Like who's grabbing someone by the face mask and being like,
Yeah.
that's not that's
not
what
we do.
It's not what we do. Is that happening? And yes, again, you have guys on defense doing it, but you need guys on both sides of the ball doing it, because when you're in offensive meetings, when you're in offensive huddles, when you're doing that, you're meeting separately. You need someone to stand up in that room on offense and be like, hey, this isn't what it means to wear the black and gold.
Yeah.
This isn't what has been handed down from those teams in the 70s. The Steel Curtain, the 4 Super Bowls, the Knowles, the Bradshaws, all those people. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And listen, I understand the further you get away from that, the harder it is.
Sure.
I get that. And
unless it's being carried,
unless it's being passed down and carried the right way. But when the Kiesels left and the Farriers, the Fanekas, the Wards, the Bettises, you can go down the list. When those guys start leaving, they passed it. It's a matter of the person that it gets passed to. What do they do with it? I can give you I can give you the answers to a lot of things.
Yeah.
Are you going to take those answers and use them? Or are you going to be like, appreciate you, old timer.
Yeah.
I'll take care of this.
Did you feel like